I wanna go time traveling with you. Let's leave this present behind. It's time for the Vintage Vegas Variety Show. Welcome back to the Vintage Vegas Variety Show. Well, this week we've got the big hat because we're going way back in time. It's Jazzin Jeanne Brei, your tour guide for time travel, and we are going out to the Bonnie Springs Ranch, away out in Red Rock Conservation Area, because in just 2 weeks, over Memorial Day weekend, they're opening a brand new show called the Bonnie Springs Old West Musical Revue and Vaudeville Show. And yours truly is understudying the cast. I couldn't let a vaudeville show come to town and not be a part of it. We want to introduce you to everybody in the cast, well, everyone we can find. So tonight, you're going to have the good fortune to meet Nellie Norris and Enoch Lee and Scott and there's all these wonderful people, including the producer and musical director, creative force behind the show himself, Mr. Jonathan Garcia. So stick around. We'll be right back with lots and lots of fun out at Bonnie Springs Ranch. Built in 1843, Bonnie Springs Ranch was a stopover for wagon trains going to California down the old Spanish Trail. In 1952, the ranch was transformed when it was bought by a Western movie director and stuntman, Wilbur McGow. His daughter, Bonnie Levinson, who turns 91 next month and who ice skated with Sonia Henney, built the old Nevada ghost town complete with train to ride, the petting zoo, the motel, a wax museum, and the restaurant to create the tourist attraction it is today. Their family portraits still hang in the restaurant, and Miss Bonnie is frequently seen at the petting zoo and in the restaurant with stories about the 12 years she went with no electricity and having to walk to the road with a kerosene lamp for travelers to find her little bar, and how Wayne Newton brought his miniature goats to her ranch since they wouldn't use a litter box. Combined with the sheep, deer, and wolf she already had, the petting zoo was born. There's burros roaming freely, and in the petting zoo there's goats, deer, wallabies, peacocks, ducks, and so many other animals. Located just 15 miles west of the Strip in Red Rock Conservation Area, just take Charleston or Blue Diamond West to find it, the 115-acre ranch is a hidden gem within the Spring Mountain Range, with cowboys, pony rides, train rides, daily staged gunfights, hangings, melodramas, fascinating Nevada history, as well as the petting zoo. Sci-Fi's Ghost Hunters featured an episode of the ranch in 2010 and heard ghosts in the Opera House, Saloon, Schoolhouse, and Wax Museum. And every October they celebrate Bonnie Screams by turning the entire ghost town into a haunting experience. So I am standing outside the old Nevada Saloon at Bonnie Springs Ranch, and I have with me one of the stars of the Bonnie Springs Musical Revue and Vaudeville Show, Miss Nellie Norris. Now, Nellie, tell me a little bit about you, where you came from and how you got to Vegas.
Well, I've been in Vegas for about 8 years now, and I came here from Branson, Missouri. I was doing shows up there, and I absolutely love Vegas, and you can find me down on Fremont Street most of the time. I work with a group called Face Productions, and we do various shows throughout the year. I'm in a show right now called Neon Country Nights.
Woohoo!
Down on Fremont Street.
And boy, is that a sexy show.
You came home last night. You went out with all the boys and you ended up at a time. Oh, liquor and love, it just don't mix with the bottle or me behind. So don't go home on the weekend, loving on your mind. Don't go home on the weekend, loving on your mind. Just stay out there on the town and see what you can find. 'Cause you need that kind of love, you don't need none of mine. So don't go home on the weekend with loving on your mind.
But this show up here is really family fare.
Yes, definitely.
It's an old vaudeville show, and kids are not only welcome, they're encouraged. So we really encourage that. And tell me a little bit about some of the things that you've done on your way to Vegas.
Well, like I said, I was in Branson. Before that, I was with the Morale, Welfare, and Recreation Department. It's a tongue twister. For the Army, and I traveled around Korea and performed for the American troops. I was really happy to do that and proud to do that. Worked up in the Catskills of New York in some resorts there. I've done Carnival Cruise Lines and the whole 9 yards.
You have seen the world. That is so awesome. And tell me a little bit about this show. What do you think of the music? And
This show is fantastic. There is original songs and old standards. So it makes a fantastic balance. The original songs, the musical director is fantastic, and they're exciting, they're fun, they make everybody get involved. You'll want to sing along by the time the song is over, even if it's the first time you've heard it. It's fantastic.
And Jonathan tells me the show's going to start with a ragtime sing-along, like Ain't She
Yes.
Sweet and stuff. So that's going to be a load of fun, too.
From Reno to LA, from Vegas to Frisco, wherever the four winds blow. I've been in some big towns and heard me some big talk, but there is one thing I know: a man is a two-faced, worrisome thing calling you to sing the blues in the night.
If you hang out at the bar long enough, everyone comes up to belly up. And now we have yet another star of this wonderful musical review, Miss Kate Gordon, who just moved to Vegas, what, a week ago?
Yes, just 1 week ago,
And where did you come from?
Orlando, Florida.
And what were you doing down there?
I was performing at all the theme parks, did a lot of theater, so I'm happy to be here.
You look suspiciously like a Disney princess. Were you a princess?
No, actually I wasn't.
What were you doing?
I did Universal Studios, all the holiday work there. I also performed at SeaWorld, all the holiday work there as well. Various shows around town, so basically everything.
Oh, so tell us a little bit about, you're fairly new in your career, right? You just got out of school?
Yep, just 2 years out of school now. I went to the University of Tampa for performing arts.
And this show, tell us a little bit about what you do in this show.
I do a lot of things: sing, dance, act, do some comedy, got a big solo number, so it's very exciting.
Yeah, I saw that Madame Gazaza's opera thing, but it is done for fun, so don't get scared off. and then we also saw you doing the can and a little bit of absolutely everything. So it's a very funny show. Vaudeville is very funny.
Let's take you back about 100 years, back to the days of vaudeville.
Ballroom dancing to live bands is back in Las Vegas with Jazzin Jeanne Brei and the Speakeasy Swingers, playing big band favorites every first Thursday of the month at the very vintage Vegas Italian American Club. Winners of the 2011 Jazz Ensemble of the Year from the Consumers Entertainment Exchange, the Band of All-Stars features the legendary 90-year young Don Hill from the Triniers on saxophone, Michael Ray Tyler on the trumpet, Bob Scan on trombone, Dick Jones on bass, Paul Testa on drums, Charlie Schaefer on the keys, and the irrepressible Jazzin Jeanne Brei on the vocals. Join them and their many special guest stars for the swanky Supper Club Soiree and Floor Show, featuring the Steppin' Kings Tap Dancers, the Encore Follies Vintage Showgirls, Paul Stubblefield, Sonny Charles from the Checkmates, and so many more. The Speakeasy Swingers are also available for private party bookings. Visit www.thespeakeasyswingers.com for more info. In the meantime, see you on the dance floor.
No, anyway, I've dragged away one of the stars of the show, the Bonnie Springs Musical Review and Vaudeville Show, and his name is Enoch Scott. And you've been in Vegas how long?
This will be my 10th year. Yeah.
What are some of the things that you've done while you've been here?
What haven't I done while I've been here? I started doing Tony and Tina's wedding, and then I started doing a lot of MC work. I've done CES. I hosted the show at the Planet Hollywood, the free show at the Planet Hollywood for like 4 years. Raised a lot of money for Habitat for Humanity. I was in the Las Vegas premiere of Sheer Madness. I've done Marriage Can Be Murder. Right now I'm appearing in Cannibal the Musical at the Plaza Hotel and Casino downtown. Come and see us, 10 o'clock, Fridays and Saturdays.
Now, this show is Saturdays and Sundays.
Yes, ma'am.
So do you have an understudy for that show or this show, or what's going on?
It's a 10 o'clock show, so I will do, I think we'll go up around 7. We'll be done around 9. I will run to downtown Las Vegas on the 95 or the 215 or the Summerlin, whatever it's called. And then I'll do that show. I'll be done about 12:30, and then I will go home and collapse.
2 shows a night all summer long. Wow. Because this show is running from, I believe, May 26th until August 26th, right?
All the way through the summer.
Right. So you're going to have a very busy summer.
I know, I'm really blessed. I'm
And-
really excited about it.
And I understand also that you are going to be doing a camp counselor or something?
Yes, every Friday at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, I am camp counselor Steve Stevenson, the assistant head counselor of Camp Run Amok, which is the, I know, right? That's the Friday pool event at Hard Rock Hotel. It's great. We have raft races and booty shaking contest and ding dong eating contest. It's pretty epic.
I don't think you could fit a ding dong.
I don't eat them. I tell people that I was the champion for the past 5 years, but I'm on a low carb diet, so if they stand a chance this year, I can't compete.
And you've already had your first pool rehab, or is
We've
it?
done 3 of them, and
Oh.
it's been a huge success. Every week it just gets more fun and more better, and the ding dong eating contest gets more epic. This year, this Friday, what's today, Saturday? Yesterday, a young lady put 11 ding dongs in her mouth and won bottle service at Vanity Nightclub.
Oh my, 11 at one time?
Well, the rules are there's like 90 seconds, and you have to get as many in your mouth. You can eat them or in your mouth. She had a lot on her face, but 11, she was a demon.
And you know, ladies and gentlemen, at the latest Speakeasy Swingers gig at the Italian American Club, this man came up and completely brought the house down with a version of Rockabye My Baby to a Dixie.
Rockabye your baby with a Dixie melody. When you croon a tune from the heart of Dixie. Lay that cradle, mammy mine, right on that Mason-Dixon line, and swing it from Virginia to California with all the love that's in game. We go for my lady, sing that song again for me. Oh, and sing it low, just as though you had me on your knees. A million baby kisses this boy delivers. The minute that he hears that Swahili rockabye, rockabye baby with a Dixie melody.
So tell us a little bit about the music that you love. What kind of stuff do you sing?
Well, I love that kind of music. My mother was older when I was born, so I've always sort of related to an older generation of music and stuff. So I love like the standards from the 40s and the 50s and the 60s and all that kind of stuff. So I actually used to sing with a jazz trio in Los Angeles. The drummer was 92 years old, and the piano player was in her 70s, and so it was just fantastic. The horn blower was in her 50s, and it was just fantastic. So I love that kind of music. Going back, seeing you perform I just felt like I was going home. It was awesome.
Now, speaking of that, where is home? Where are you from?
Originally Charlotte, North Carolina. Well, I was born a small black girl in the mountains of West Virginia, but I had to move to North Carolina and then eventually Las Vegas.
Via L.A.
Yes.
And what are some of the things you did in L.A.?
I did Tony and Tina's wedding there. I was mostly trying to become like a writer and a producer there. I was an assistant to this woman who had directed some stuff and dated Al Pacino. Very Hollywood.
You didn't date Al Pacino. No, she did.
I didn't.
I'm just clarifying this for the studio audience here. So, so you've rubbed shoulders with those who have rubbed shoulders with.
Yes, exactly. I actually did a reading of a screenplay at CAA in which Al Pacino was in attendance.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Drop names. Is that awful that I did that?
Name drop away.
And you know, parties with Angelica Houston and
Oh,
Tim
there you
Curry.
go. Why else would you live in L.A.?
Right, only the chicest. It was fantastic. I miss the pools, but I love Las Vegas.
Before my baby, sing that song again for me. Oh, and sing it low,
CJW Entertainment presents live from Las Vegas, Ken Levine and Jump Jive and Wail, one of Las Vegas's premier swing and dance bands, providing fantastic entertainment and great toe-tapping swing music.
Well, I'm still at the bar. And I have with me Mr. Lee Scott, who plays the drunk and very bloated and lit up Elvis, and quite a few other casts of zany characters in this show, don't you?
I play all kinds of people in this show. It's a very funny show that you must come see.
And so tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
Originally from Southern California. I've been here in Vegas since '94, and I've been doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Caesar's Magical Empire, Swami Abdullah of the Mullah at the Aladdin, 3D virtual reality show at Circus Circus, Master of the Lease at Excalibur, Venetian, this, that. I mean, just...
How fun. What were you at the Magical Empire?
I was the wizard. Yes.
You had your own dining room and you were a wizard?
I was my own wizard. I was Octavius, and then everyone chose their own names, and then it became Marius.
Oh, I see. Well, so. I love the Magical Empire. I am still disheartened that they tore it out and put in Pure Nightclub.
That's a whole other show on its own. I could go on for hours about that.
Well, now, and you were also telling me you were doing some comedy too, like improv.
We had. I had my own improv team called the Mutiny. We were actually the first ones in town, and we played Boulder Station, Sunset Station, Palace Station for about a year and a half, 2 years, and then we kind of went our separate ways. And
well, you must have been trendsetters, because there's a whole bunch of improv comedy groups now.
You know what's funny is we started an educational program, and we coached teens in high school, and now all those kids are now popping up with their own groups. So
Back to the days of Vaudeville.
So I've bellied up to the bar, and I'm chatting with the bartender up here at Bonnie Springs Ranch. It's Mr. Victor Garcia. I understand you're quite the time traveler. You swing dance, and you do gun tricks, and you're learning rope tricks too, right?
Yeah, well, it's kind of like part of the job here. I've been picking stuff up as it goes along. I just I like the Western.
Let's see a few gun tricks. I am standing here with Jonathan Gorst, the creative force. I am standing here with Jonathan Gorst, the creative force behind this wonderful well, it's not a melodrama. It's the Bonnie Springs Musical Revue and Vaudeville show.
That's right.
It's really fun. It's like the musical review and Olio from a melodrama without the melodrama.
Exactly.
Of course, they do the melodrama here 3 times a day, but this is a dinner show. It's very family-friendly fare.
That's right.
And it's really fun because he wrote a lot of the songs.
We did.
You did?
Yeah,
and
we
so
have a lot of
tell us
original.
a little bit about your music.
Well, we start out with an original tune called Let Us Take You Back to the Good Old Days of Vaudeville. And the song is what it says. It's taking you back 100 years, back into the days of song and dance, good old jokes, some funny blackouts, some comedic sketches with opera singers, and we just take you on a little journey back in time. But it's not all kind of set in the old way. We bring up some current events, we bring up some things that the kids can grab onto. We have a tribute to movie catchphrases in the show, and we even play a little game with the audience and give away a few drinks at the end of Act 1. So,
oh boy.
Yeah.
Ooh, so now, tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from, and what have you been up to?
Well, I was born and raised in Colorado Springs. I cut my teeth playing at the Imperial Hotel and Casino now. It was not a casino at the time, but this was a 47-year-old melodrama company when I started it. I was 16 years old, and I was hired to play in the bar.
Oh, how fun.
Which probably wasn't legal at the time. It may have been at that time, but so I played for that. I became the music director of that melodrama, and then decided to get a career going in music. So I got a piano degree and went out on the road with the national tour of Cats, That was back in 1998, and I actually became the music director of that tour. And then I had the extreme pleasure and opportunity to do the Phantom of the Opera National Tour for 8 years. And I did become the music director of that as well. And been here in Vegas doing the show at the Venetian as assistant and playing the keyboards, and just loving being home and working.
Well, that's awesome. And everyone, we really do highly recommend bringing the whole family up to the Bonnie Springs Ranch. It's about, what, 10 miles out of town? Not very
10
far.
miles out of town. We always say it's 10 miles away, 10 degrees cooler, and 10 times more family fun.
Oh,
We're gonna
that's
make
very
that
true.
one stick.
They have a petting zoo. They have all sorts of fun things out here to
That's
do.
right.
And the Spring Mountain Ranch, with their shows, are just a mile away.
Only a mile down.
So it's a lot of stuff to do, and it's cooler, and it's a lot of fun. Show's going to run from May 26th
to August 26th at this point. So if we do great, we're going to keep going. So,
and just weekends, Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sundays, doors are going to open at 6:15. We're going to have a ragtime sing-along that I'll probably be leading most of the time, where we sing some of your favorite tunes. We're going to go all the way back from the Victorian age and probably throw in a little Billy Joel at the end.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Now you're gonna hear a little bit of Ain't She Sweet? See you walking down the street. Now I ask you very confidentially, ain't she sweet? Ain't she nice? Look her over once or twice. Now I ask you very confidentially, ain't she nice? Just cast an eye in her direction. The oh my, ain't that perfection? I repeat, don't you think that's kind of neat? Now I ask you very confidentially, ain't she sweet? Just cast an eye in her direction. Oh, me, oh, my, ain't that perfection? I repeat, don't you think that's kind of neat? Now ask you very confidentially.
But girls weren't just sweet back in the days of vaudeville. There were also the vamps. And here's a number from 1924 with my band, the Speakeasy Swingers.
I heard these women talking about their no-good men, about their traveling husbands and their wandering friends. Well, faithful women sit around all day and moan. They wonder why their wandering papas don't come home. But wild women don't worry. Wild women don't have the blues. Mr. Barry, you got some blues in you. If your man don't ever be on the square, 'cause if you do, he'll have a woman everywhere. I never was known to treat no one man right. I keep from working hard for people day and night. 'Cause wild women don't worry. Wild women don't have the blues. Mr. Don Hill, are you got some blues in you? Disposition and a way of my own. When a man starts kicking, I make him find another home. Get full of good liquor and party all night. Go home and kick my man out if he don't act right. 'Cause wild women don't worry. Wild wild women don't have the blues. Mr. Michael Ray Tyler. You never get nothing by being an angel child. You better change your ways, come on and get real wild. I'm gonna tell you something, wouldn't tell you no lie. Wild women are the only kind that really get by. 'Cause wild women don't worry, wild women don't have them. Alright Charlie, it's your turn. A disposition and a way of my own. When a man stops kicking, I make him find another home. Get roll a good liquor and party all night. Go home and kick my man out if he don't act right. 'Cause wild women don't worry, wild women don't have the blues. We hope you had as much fun as we did tonight, and we want to say a great big special thanks to all of our guests, Nellie Norris, Enoch Scott, Lee Scott, Jonathan Gorst, the producer and musical director, Kate Gordon, everyone we spoke to out at Bonnie Springs. We hope you'll join us this coming Memorial Day weekend for the grand opening of the Bonnie Springs Old West Musical Revue and Vaudeville show. We'll see you on the dance floor, so keep on jazzing.